Hey, y'all. It's me, JustGodSense. I was just on Facebook earlier and I ran across a post. I'm just trying to cut out a little bit of social media, but I just ran across a post that was like, you're on point. And I was surprised to see it from who I saw it from that said, but they were on point. It said, some of y'all act like you have forever. Waiting on Mr. or Mrs. Right may get you left for the rest of your life. Soulmate right in front of you. Your preference doesn't always mean that's the one for you. Church. I completely agree with him. Because I said that, my response to that was that the key word, as you said, is preference. And that sometimes people need to review the mess that they've had, those failed relationships, crazy, stalkerish relationships, ones that drained you type of relationships. Look at that. You preferred that person because you got with them. That's what you wanted. You went after it. You pursued it. You did it. Your preference. And it didn't get you anywhere. So if you sit around waiting on your preference again, you might end up in the same cycle. Another person responded and said that they'd rather be alone than to settle. Settling, or the word settle, has such a negative connotation when it comes to relationships. It's crazy. My response to that was, or when I tagged them, I said, I think we end up settling no matter what. Whether if it's for what we need or for what we want, sometimes can end up in the same package, but we have to try it or settle to find out. We need to be optimistic and think of settling as feeling comfortable or established in a new situation, or turning our attention to or applying ourselves to it, versus thinking it to be accepting something less than satisfactory or unsatisfactory. We always, again, think of it negatively, but when settle is used in other situations, it's a positive aspect to it. Settling your debts. You're bringing them to zero. You're balancing out. You paying what you owe. You're free. Settling an argument. You've come to a resolution. There's peace. You're done with it. You agree to disagree, or you agree altogether. Settling in a new land. You've moved. There's new opportunities, new growth that can be accomplished. Matter of fact, all the definitions that I read for settle, except for that one, the one that we choose to apply to relationships, I feel were positive. And we definitely, people need to quit going with their preference and thinking that if they don't get what they prefer or what they want, that it's settling. Because sometimes it's not about what you want. Sometimes it's about what you need. And more than often, it's about what you need. Because if you're supposed to be with somebody, then God's gonna make that happen. He'll either change your heart so that you can settle up with that person, or he'll change your mindset for you. But you want to go ahead and do that on your own. The Bible does tell us to renew our mind. So we most definitely need to change the way we think. It also tells us to keep our mind fixed on things that are pure, lovely, things that are above, things that are developed of, worthy of praise, and just other positive aspects. If I went with what I preferred in a mate, I probably wouldn't have a mate, because your preferences starts to build a list. And if they ain't checking off each and every one, then you're missing out. You could have had a person that might not have been attracted to the eye, but had a great personality and a good heart, and was, I'm going to always go back to Christ-like, or being biblical, Christ-like, and then you just got stuck with, why in the world did I get in this relationship? Why in the world did I get married? Type of ordeal. Sometimes our preferences are based upon our perception and our experiences. And how we perceive a person is ultimately how that person is going to continue to look until we change our perceptions in our minds. The way you view a person may not be the way, of course, because it's your perception, is not the way that person really is, and it's not the way that other people view them. Something in you needs to be changed or corrected, especially if you're viewing them in a negative light and they haven't really done anything to be perceived in that negative light, especially if you're basing it off of materialistic things, or it's not considered materialistic, but vain things. Yeah. Change your perception. Because what always looks good on the outside ain't always good on the inside. And we know that about food. That's our number one, besides the way somebody looks. But again, a bad heart. So basically, ultimately, don't sit around waiting on your preference. It's not settling. It's just being comfortable and appreciating and establishing something new. It's okay to change. It's okay to accept change, because change brings about great things. And sometimes it can bring about bad things, but more or less, everything works to the greater good for those that love the Lord. So most definitely, you need to fall in love with Him, and He will bring great things to you. And those great changes will help you not feel like you're settling. And your preferences your needs will meet your preferences. Your wants will meet your preferences, or vice versa. So, that's it. That's the message. Don't stick with your preferences, because your preferences is not always what you need. That's it. Have a great day.